When you study the greats in real estate, you gotta understand that they started messy, and the reason they're at the top of their game and continue to make more money every year is because they've continued to stay flexible. Now, starting a wholesale real estate business will be hard. You will wanna quit. So I wanna share with you 4 valuable lessons I've learned from the best in the game that you can apply right now, whether you're just starting out or you wanna scale to the next level. The first lesson is that top wholesalers started before they were ready. Now, I'm sure you've heard this before, but it needs to be said. When you study the greats, you'll notice a consistent theme. They all started messy. What they understood is that there's never going to be the perfect time. See, if you're waiting for the perfect time, it will never come. You're never gonna have the perfect calendar, where things are just a little bit less hectic in your life. Maybe when the kids are back in school, maybe when it's a new year, maybe after this big project at work. Most people lie to themselves that when they're in a different season of life, then they'll be ready. Now, of course, you have to be practical about the season that you're in, but what I've learned is that there's never the perfect time for starting anything, let alone a real estate business. Remember, you cannot steer a parked car. Imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Start now, even though it's messy. The second valuable lesson I've noticed is that when the pros started, they started with the end in mind. They had a vision of what they wanted their business and life to look like. Now, your end goal might change over time. In fact, it probably will because goals tend to evolve along the way, but it's still good to start with the end in mind. Here's a couple questions to consider. Why do you want to start a wholesale business? It could be to earn a certain amount of money or to quit your job. Great, write those goals down. One of my big goals when I started nearly 20 years ago was to make $1 million on a single deal. I wrote that goal down in the very beginning when I first started, and then I rewrote that goal every single year. And it didn't actually happen until about 15 years later, and now I've done several $1 million deals since then. Another question to ask is, what impact do you want to make? What is the motivation for you starting your real estate business? I've learned this: reasons come first and results come second. When you study the top in the industry, you'll find a compelling reason that motivates them to be great. Did you know that the root word of motivation is motive? Leave a comment and share with me your motive for starting a wholesale business. So if you want to stay motivated when things get hard, get a stronger reason. My friend Dave Lugnerin always says, if your why doesn't make you cry, it's not big enough. Keeping the end in mind will help you through the hard times in your real estate journey. This video is brought to you by PropWire. PropWire is my go-to software for property data. PropWire has over 157 million records nationwide, including pre-foreclosures, bank properties, vacant houses, and much more. But what's mind-blowing is PropWire lets you search and download as many leads as you want for free. That's right, no monthly subscriptions and no additional data upsells. And it's super easy to use. You literally choose your market, choose your lead type, then search and download. PropWire even has a really cool feature called lead stacking, which is when you combine one or more lead types in a search. Lead stacking gives you a list that is more condensed, but also more distressed, which means the sellers have higher motivation to sell. Plus, they have a great comping tool and excellent skip tracing, making PropWire just as good or better than any other paid real estate software out there. And like I said, it's 100% free. Just go to joinpropwire.com to run your first search today. The third lesson I've learned as I've studied the best in the business is not only did they start with imperfect circumstances, but after they started, trouble came then too. They ran into new challenges and setbacks. My friend and student Jared Hetler, who's a really amazing wholesaler, he texted me a little while ago and said, I hit a wall. I haven't had any deals now for a few months. What's going on? What was working for him all of a sudden stopped working. Author Seth Godin calls this phase the slog. My friend Sean Terry calls this phase the suck. It's when the excitement of doing something new wears off. The honeymoon stage is over, and now it's just a grind. And this is when a lot of people quit. You need to know that the sloggy, sucky, boring grind is really just the natural selection process designed to weed out the uncommitted. Here's a promise for you. This will be hard. Here's another promise. You will want to quit. The unexpected is going to happen, which brings me to the fourth lesson I've learned from the top wholesalers, and that is they stayed committed to the process while remaining flexible. I love this quote from Tony Robbins that says, stay committed to your decisions, but stay flexible in your approach. That's really the secret right there. The most successful investors I know are quick to adapt. They are constantly reinventing themselves. My journey on YouTube with my channel is a great example of this. My content is mostly about wholesaling and flipping real estate, but how I do it is constantly changing and evolving with market conditions, the economy, technology, interest rates, etc., and also my own preferences and personal growth. YouTube for me is a place to share what I'm doing, what's working, what's not working, and hopefully by sharing that journey, you gain as well. Never forget, growth, impact, and money are all on the other side of commitment. So if you're listening to this right now and you have the ambition to become great, then understand that this is what commitment looks like. You do it when it's good and you feel like doing it, and you do it when it's hard and you don't feel like doing it. Finally, as I've studied the greats, let me share something practical I've observed. A daily habit all successful wholesalers do. Are you ready? This is earth-shattering. They make a lot of offers on distressed properties. I know, that's profound, right? You can't do deals if you don't make offers. But in all seriousness, for the greats, sales and marketing is not just a daily habit, it's a lifestyle, it's a way of being. Once you make the mental shift that wholesaling has very little to do with houses and is really just marketing and sales, your wholesale business will explode. So if you're looking for a proven blueprint to create a 6 and even 7-figure income wholesaling and flipping houses, be sure to check out my advanced mentoring program called Fast Track. To learn more, just go to fasttrackwithjerry.com. Next, I want you to watch a live presentation where I share how to make 5 offers a day consistently in less than an hour. Now, this will put you on the path to doing 3 to 5 deals consistently every single month. In fact, on that video, I make a promise to you that if you follow the steps I outline, you will get a deal in the next 30 days. See for yourself, watch that now. I'll see you on the next video.